going to win with every inning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more.
Get ready to fly. Flight 527 ready for departure. Get ready to fly.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. The wagon keeps rolling. The Winnipeg Jets win 2-1 over the San Jose Sharks. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time, hello, my name is Zachary Nolan. It's a pleasure to meet you. Hope you stick around and hope you subscribe because we're on a little bit of a heater right now, as is the channel. The channel and the Jets are both on heaters right now, and I gotta say, I'm loving every bit of it. Makes life so easy for me when I get to talk to each and every one of you. It's great. It's awesome. And you know what else is awesome? A Winnipeg Jets win. Now let's get into this fantastic game. It was a little bit stressful, but you know what? We knew that. We knew that. Everyone sees the San Jose Sharks and they go, oh my God, this is easy. You know what we see? We see Mackenzie Blackwood. Fear radiates from us as we see Mackenzie Blackwood. But we got through it, didn't we? We fucking did. So, first period's a little uneventful, obviously. The Jets had some really strong shifts in this game that I have to talk about because they were just mind-bogglingly dominant. The fourth line, yet again, is a staple. You can't move anybody off the fourth line. They are refusing to let you. They do end up getting a goal later. Sadly, there is no Tony time tonight because the streak was snapped, but the fourth line does actually get a goal today, which is good to see. Anywho, the first period's okay. It's fine. It's not an overly interesting in the grand retrospect of the game, but it is a very good period by the Winnipeg Jets. They make sure that they don't make the same mistakes they made last time they went into the Shark Tank, where they let themselves get behind early and get outshot early because they took their opponent too lightly. That did not happen, and I'm happy to report. The Jets came out firing, and Mackenzie Blackwood was very predictably exceptional. Honestly, I think he's a guy who will be definitely moved at the deadline, and I there's no other way around it. He's been spectacular, and he played spectacular tonight. The Jets were just able to get one step ahead of the San Jose Sharks. First period's good, solid. There's a back and forth there. The Jets mostly dominate, though. We go to the second period, and this should be the canary in the coal mine. It has to be. We gave up a power play goal, practically a power play goal. Actually, you know what? Here's the canary in the coal mine. Not giving up a power play goal to the Sharks is failing to get the puck out of our own zone for an entire power play to the Sharks. Penalty kill for the Sharks. That is the canary in the coal mine, that this penalty kill is not good enough. And I get it. I know what you're going to say, but Zach, why are you nitpicking? I have to nitpick. This team is so good, but that they need to know their flaws. They need to know their flaws because if they don't know their flaws, they're not going to be able to work out the rough patches. They're not going to keep the edge going. You know what I mean? Like, you need to always... Iron sharpens iron is a saying, because you always need to know... I sound like Kevin Sawyer just making up excuses, but that is a saying. Iron sharpens iron. And honestly, as well, too, the Jets need to know their weaknesses. You have to strive for perfection. There's a real saying. There's a proper saying. Anyway, right after we kill a penalty, the Sharks score. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God, it's happening again. I can't believe it.
This was terrifying. This was terrifying. This was absolutely horrifying. I was like, oh my God. First off, not a great goal against Bucky. Helly played, everyone calls him Bucky. I don't like it. I like Helly. I think Bucky's a little, not basic. I have a friend named Bucky, but I feel like it's a little over, you can use it for many people. You don't need to use it for him. but Helly's good. But but I feel like Helly, it scares me when he gives up a goal like this because it's so un-Hellebuck-like that even he just kind of goes, oh, shit. Also, too, I love the fact, also, they announced the All-Star rosters today. Connor Hellebuck predictably is representing the Winnipeg Jets. Love to see it. I don't think any other Jets will get voted in. That's fine. I think if they were going to have another Jet get voted in, it would be Kyle Connor, who is not going to get voted in because he's still injured. I think that is the guy who's most deserving to go. I think while the Jets as a team are playing spectacularly, they don't need a guy to be an absolute superstar, so except Connor Hellebuck. So I think that the one player going to the All-Star game, I think reflects that. I think is a very fair assessment of this team. What else was I going to say? Oh, I love the mentors trip is what they're calling it, because there's some people are bringing their dad, some people are bringing their brother, some people are bringing someone else. It's great to see. That's what the Jets are doing. Connor Hellebuck brought his dad, and I think I think his name is Chuck Hellebuck, which, by the way, A+ name. But I love him. His son is literally the greatest goalie in the National Hockey League in perhaps the last 5 years. And all he's tweeting about is, wow, I can't believe they 3D printed the shark. Talking about what the fucking San Jose Sharks come out to at the beginning of the game. Like, okay, Chuck, why don't you watch your son? Like, I bet he does, but it's just really funny that it's like his son's playing amazing, and he's just like, ooh, shock. I just relate to that on a strong emotional level. Anywho, the Jets get one back pretty soon after, though. The fourth line once again hems the Sharks in their own zone, and Morgan Barron crashing the net right in front gets the goal to tie it. Reaction here. Oh! Yes! The fourth line again! Let's go! That cannot be stopped! Woo! That was big. That was a big goal. You needed to get even, to crack even before the end of the period. Hate having that wait and that sit there. Also, by the way, I would like to report that you guys... actually, no, I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about you guys later. We go between end of the second period was solid. Again, Hellebuck makes an amazing save on that power play prior to giving up the goal, which is just a shame, but it is what it is. But yeah, what time is it? Moose Watch! Moose Watch. It's Moose Watch, everybody. How are you doing? So, the Manitoba Moose still haven't played yet. The Moose don't play till the weekend against the Belleville Senators. However, I do have news to talk about. So, a lot of the Moose are injured. Carson Golder got injured in his one game getting called up. Wyatt Bongiovanni has a bruising, so he's injured right now. And I believe Chaz Lucius is still injured, and then Jimmy Ligny is long-term. He's pretty much done for the season. All of those injuries means that the Moose are dipping into the Norfolk Admirals to bring up more and more talent. And the latest announcement of a reassignment is Thomas Caron, who is signed. I believe he played a bit with the Moose last year, but he pretty much re-signed this year. The only guy they're missing that they haven't actually called up due to all these injuries is Simon Kubasek and Mark Lewinsky. Which, if you're calling up Mark Lewinsky, you're in a dire help. But no, there's a little bit of that, and I have great news, and I will get to the World Juniors in a sec. Thomas Milic is an ECHL All-Star. He is one of 3 goalies that are going to the ECHL. I don't know if it's an All-Star game or skills competition. I don't know what they do. But Thomas Milic is an All-Star, which I believe, again, I have to specify, he's very good. I love him as a prospect. As an older prospect, he has shown exceptional development. He is going to be the Moose goalie of next year. I can't stress this enough. He had a fine showing in the Spangler Cup. He was always going to be the backup goalie there to Aaron Dell, so it's okay. But he did get a little bit of showing before getting injured, taken out of the net for precautionary injury. Thomas Milch, great. World Juniors update. Okay, this is fun. The gold medal game will be played between the 3 Winnipeg Jets prospects. Love to see it. Sweden beat Czechia today. Elias Salmonsen actually got an assist on one goal, which was good to see. I believe Rutger McGroarty got a point as well in their win over Finland. Both will play each other tomorrow in the gold medal game. Check it out. It'll be early. I think the latest would be noon. But check online at the IHF, and you'll see when they play. I'm kind of hoping for Team USA actually this year. I don't hope for USA often, but I think it's kind of going to be really funny if Sweden chokes again on home soil. I'm just saying, I kind of think that narrative is just a little funny. So, yes, check that out. And that was Mouse Watch! So, we get into the third period. The Jets are starting to stress me out. And then we get a power play. And this is once again going to fuel the narrative that the power play solved. It's not. You just scored on the Sharks. Reaction here. Yes! Finally! Let's fucking go! Jesus! About time! Woo! We don't care though. We will fucking take it. Again, I'm not trying to undercut this team. I will take a win, however goddamn necessary I can get it. Because with this win, the Winnipeg Jets end up holding on and put on a really good defensive performance in the back half of this period. Gabriel Vilardi also getting a goal, and that is great to see because he's been a little cold. Ugh. But yeah, no, Jets perform great. They're good. Honestly, I'll take a 2-1 win. And people are like, oh no, it's 2-1 win and the Sharks, you're in trouble. No, I just want to win. Jets stay hot and set a new record in franchise in Jets part of the history and Thrashers part of the history. Because Thrashers had 9-game point streak in 05-06. Jets have now eclipsed that for 10 points with 10 games. So that's nice to see. Let's keep it rolling. The Jets play tomorrow against the Anaheim Ducks. Before we wrap this up, though, I asked you guys your thoughts on having a Miss Manitoban moments, and you agreed that you would like to see that. So we're going to have fingers crossed here, okay? Cross your fingers with me here. I can't make our opening skit yet, which is going to be, by the way, unhinged. I can't post it because me and Carter's schedule to record it requires me to be in a forest with daylight. And in winter season, that's a little tough. So until the weekend, you won't get the actual skit of it, but I will tell you it's going to happen. That being said, I must say right now, so far, every team has played once. The teams tied for first place are New York and Minnesota. In last place is the Leafs and Boston with 0 points, and then in the middle is with an overtime win is Montreal, and with an overtime loss is Ottawa. 3 games, all been exceptional, and to add to the fun, every single Manitoban defenseman has gotten, or defender, I guess, defenseman is kind of, you never know, you know what I mean? You think about it. You start to think. You start to ponder. Anyway, every Manitoba defense has, except for the one on Toronto, because they got shut out, has registered at least an assist. And actually, in all the clips I'm going to show you, are goals where they got assists on. Now, I might end up in the future if this doesn't get copyrighted, and if this gets copywritten, sorry, but copyright has fucked it for all of us. So we're crossing our fingers here. Cross them! That they let me do this, because you never know, like, if they don't, I can't have all my videos demonetized. I just can't. But if they work, I will show more and more clips. So let's see.
To find an open lane. Pressure from Ottawa, maintained. Razova feeds it through far side, and Patience Daviashi scores! Well, there's another point shot. Ottawa puts on that into traffic, and it causes all sorts of fits for Montreal. Ease it up. She's got some players to work with. Gilmore on the point, bringing that into the middle. Boyd out. Big shot in. It touches down. Ottawa's first goal. And that one looks like it's going to be good. And there's another defenseman getting on the score sheet. Same thing in the Toronto-New York game yesterday. First goal. Dislodges that puck. O'Neill skirts around, tries to find a lane, drops it back. Front of the net, shoots to work, she scores! Kristen O'Neill just a pass, creates a turnover. She's patient with that puck. Nice little backhand pass, and then a broken play leads to the goal.
Shopsaw was the first ever top 10 final. Oh! Watch out! Another goal for Minnesota. It's Susanna Tapani moments after Boston's first goal. Check that. Grace Sumwinkle gets credit for it. Bar down, and it's 3-1 Minnesota.
Well, that really must be the scouting report on Aaron Franco. Look at that move in the neutral zone by Channel to set up this shot, high slot with speed. Zumwinkle able to go high off the crossbar.
Yay! Or, oh, fuck, depending on whether or not they were copywritten. By the way, I'll put in my timestamps whether they got copyrighted or not, so you know what to expect. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, no. Jets win 2-1. That was Miss Manitoba Moments, by the way. I like it. I like it. Jets win 2-1. 3 stars of the game. No Mike Ward tonight. I just can't think of any. It's why be negative on a heater? 3 stars of the game. First star will be Connor Hellebuck. I think it has to be, because in such a low-scoring game like this, you need your goalie to be excellent, and he was. He was on the top of his game, except for one bad goal that I don't hold deeply against him. Second star of the game, Morgan Barron. It was key to get that goal to tie the game. Third star of the game, seeing I pass, Gabe Vilardi setting up perfectly there. Gabe Vilardi will get the 3rd star. Honorable mention, Vladislav Nemestikov has been playing some amazing hockey recently, and I wanted to mention that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and leave a like and comment down below your thoughts, and we will see you next time. Tomorrow, actually. We'll see you next time tomorrow.
Nikolai Ehlers chips it through, gets around, and he shoots and scores!